Mia Bella's ASMR. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you about insecurities and maybe like anxiety or social anxiety and my thoughts on it and what's been happening recently. So yesterday I went for a walk in the evening and I went to a park nearby and there's a little basketball court there, and I noticed that there was a basketball that someone had left behind. No one was in the park, and I thought, oh, it must be flat, like why has someone left their basketball here? But I went over, it wasn't flat, it was perfectly good. So I decided to shoot some hoops for a while. Now, I am very, very bad at basketball. All ball sports really. I never played sports growing up. I'm very uncoordinated. The hand-eye coordination is severely lacking. But no one was around in the park, so I was like, why not? Just have some fun. I never do it. Because it would be, I would find it too embarrassing if other people were around. Even with my friends or something, I'd be like, oh my god, like I can't. I'm talking like I was there for about 20 minutes, shooting hoops almost constantly. I think I got it in maybe 5 times at most. Maybe 5 times. But it was really fun. That's what's important. And I did feel quite awkward, especially when there were a group of teenage girls that were walking through the park and they walked past me and I was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Like I just kept shooting, I wasn't shooting it into the hoop, I kept throwing it and missing it and dribbling with very terrible skill. But I was like, I'm not gonna, like, what else am I gonna do? I'm enjoying myself. I'm not gonna pack up and go away just because some people are walking past. And I wanted to put the basketball down and to scroll on my phone to get over that uncomfortable feeling. But I actually hadn't brought my phone with me on this walk. So I couldn't. I had nothing with me. So I was like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And you know what? It was fine. The teenage girls were focused very much on their own conversations. I don't think they barely looked at me. So that was my little story from yesterday. I will admit, I did, after about 20 minutes, I threw the ball and there was, for some reason, I don't know why they would put a basketball court next to a really, really steep hill with no fencing to prevent the ball from going down the hill. But anyway, the ball did roll down a huge hill. And at this point, because it was in the evening, it was starting to get dark, I couldn't see where the ball had gone, and the hillside was covered with leaves. And I didn't want to go down there because it was a very steep hill. I could have slipped and fallen. I was alone. I didn't have my phone with me. I couldn't even see where the ball had gone, and it was getting dark. So actually my mission for today is to go back to the park and to retrieve the basketball, because I do feel bad that someone left their basketball at the park and then I lost it. So that is how bad I am a basketballist. I did manage to lose it, but it's okay. I'll go and get it back today. I'll bring a friend with me. But yeah, I guess something that I was thinking about on my walk to the park was that I have found myself being more socially anxious recently, or just anxious in general, and I was a little bit, I guess, surprised, because I went through a period of time where, when I was younger, where I was very, very, very anxious, and then I just kind of then later on I got way less anxious, and then it was kind of like, oh yay, I'm not anxious anymore, hooray, I did it. I'm cured. But actually I think my levels of anxiety were related to what I was doing or what I was not doing in my life at the time, and actually the anxiety has come back, and I think it makes sense. I think the time in my life when my anxiety was the lowest was when I was dating a lot. I went on a lot of first dates with people, and I got very used to talking to strangers, to new people, and I felt quite good about those social interactions. I felt like I had a good time, I felt like the other person had a good time, I had lots of stories to tell, and yeah, we just had a good time. So I think it helped my anxiety a lot. Yeah, and I was going to a lot of parties at the time as well, speaking to a lot of new people at the parties. So I think that helped me a lot to have less anxiety in my life, because I was exposed to so many different people and just talking to them. But now there's less of that in my life, and I've found that I've become increasingly anxious in social situations, and I think I've kind of noticed that it's maybe becoming not a problem, but it's gotten to a point where it's limiting my life, because I have noticed myself avoiding certain situations or not going to places that I would like to go because I am too anxious to go, and that's limiting my life, and I don't want that. I don't want that life for me. So I've decided to make more of an effort to put myself in situations where I might feel a little bit anxious or uncomfortable, and to just practice talking to people even when, it seems awkward. And I think that will be the greatest help for me. Can't hear my laptop whirring. Unfortunately, it's getting a bit old, and I can't handle when I'm filming on it. It's getting really loud. I don't know how to make it stop though, so I'm just gonna keep going and hope that it's not terrible. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced similar anxieties. I think everyone gets a little bit anxious in social situations, apart from the rare extroverts who clearly do not. But most people, I think 90% of people, at least at some point, they feel nervous or anxious about interacting with people they don't know very well. But I think for me it's gotten to a point where the other day I wanted to get a coffee, and I was on a street that had a lot of different coffee shops and cafes, and I could have gone to any one of them to get a coffee, and I walked past so many. I walked all the way to the end of the other side of the street because I was too anxious to order coffee at a coffee shop that I hadn't been to before. So that's when I was like, I was very exhausted this day. I really wanted that coffee, but I walked far further than I wanted to walk because I only felt comfortable going to the one coffee place that I actually been to before, and I knew what to expect, so I went there instead of any number of closer ones I could have gone to, which is okay, but it's just an example of like, this anxiety is modifying my behaviors in a way that, you know, I want to be able to go to any coffee shop, not just the 2 coffee shops I've been to before, you know. So yeah, I really feel like this kind of anxiety, the best way to alleviate it is to put yourself in those uncomfortable social situations often, to show yourself that it's actually okay for you to feel awkward and uncomfortable. Like, you in yourself, you can be in your body and you can feel those feelings of discomfort and anxiety and awkwardness, and it's not the end of the world. It's okay. It's really okay to feel those things. You will get through the social situation even if you feel uncomfortable the whole time. You will still get through it, and it is okay. And the next time you'll feel less uncomfortable, I think, if you do this often. And it's also not the end of the world if you talk to someone and you say the wrong thing, or you say something that's not quite right, or even if you make a social faux pas and you do say something that accidentally upsets or offends the other person, which I think is rare, but it happens to all of us, and it's really okay. It's really okay. It's not the end of the world. Like, it feels like it in the moment, and you get in your head and you think about it over and over and over. But then I think about how many other times have I watched other people make awkward mistakes in their interactions with others and make a social faux pas, and it's actually just been fine. Like, everyone's forgotten about it by the next day, and everyone, you know, they're still friends with that person. It's okay. It's all fine because we're all human and we interact with each other imperfectly all the freaking time. And for me personally, sorry, I'm scrolling my notes. For me personally, I find that it's not enough. I can put myself into social situations, and I do put myself into social situations often, but it's actually not enough for me to I can't just go to a party or to an event where I feel uncomfortable. That's a good start, that's a really good start, but for me, I can't just go. I have to go and I have to talk to people. I can't just go somewhere and stand in the corner and not speak to anyone the whole time, because I'm not getting enough exposure to, you know, interacting with other people. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is I can go somewhere that's new, a class or an event or a party or any kind of social gathering. Yes, I'm very glad that I'm going there in the first place, but I can also challenge myself to talk to other people, to be the person to go up to someone else and interact with them first. Be the person that gives someone else a compliment first. so that I don't just end up gravitating to the people that I'm already familiar with, or just kind of standing on my own and not talking to anyone. So I'm challenging myself to talk more to other people and go up to them first. And I think when it comes to insecurities, it's really important to accept where you are right now. It's really important. And I think I've done a pretty good job at that. I know that I've accepted where I am when there is no longer an urgency to get better. Because if I haven't accepted where I am now, I go, oh my god, I have to get better. I have to get better at talking to people. I don't want to live like this. Like, this is not okay for me to be this way right now. That I feel this urgency to improve. And it feels like it's the end of the world, like I have to fix this aspect now, when that's not the case at all. Where I am now is perfectly fine. It's okay. It's okay to be where I am now, and there is no urgency, you know? And I think for me, my motivation is, it's for myself. I love to become a person who finds more joy and connection with other people in my interactions. But I'm not trying to get better because I feel like I'm not good enough. At least I really try have that belief that, you know, it's not that I'm not good enough, but it's just that I recognize that there's an even greater potential within me, and I'd love for me to get to experience that one day, to experience less anxiety day to day, to have really cool interactions with other people that I wouldn't expect to have. I would like all of those things for myself, and to give those things to myself. And to do that, I need to make myself just a little bit uncomfortable and start speaking to people that even when I'm not feeling very confident. And I think the other thing, it's very important to keep a sense of lightheartedness towards yourself and towards the things, your own sort of perceived shortcomings. Like, for example, when I was playing basketball yesterday, I was laughing at myself a lot, because I would throw the ball and it would just go in a completely different direction to where I was trying to throw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so terrible at this. But in a way that it was funny. There's no stakes. There's no need for me to be good at basketball. I can enjoy the things that I'm not good at. I can enjoy doing things for the sake of doing them, to enjoy running around, to enjoy a challenge of trying to, shoot hoops, and it's okay. It's okay if I failed miserably. Like, I didn't fail because I was having a good time playing basketball by myself. It was a win. And yeah, it's important not to attach worth to, like, your sort of shortcomings. It doesn't make me a worse person to be terrible at sports. Like, it's a neutral thing. Whether you're good at something or bad at something, it's okay. I can enjoy the activity regardless. And I think the most dangerous thing is getting caught up in a loop in your head where you think about being bad at something makes you worse, like makes you a worse person, like it's a personal moral failing. you start to feel shame about like not being good enough. Good enough for what, you know? And especially with social anxiety, the more I get in my head, the less I even try to talk to other people. So then the more I feel like just like an awkward loser that's like standing in the corner by myself, and it just spirals. It gets worse and worse. So it's okay to be imperfect and to have shortcomings and to have things that you're not very good at. We all have things we're not very good at. So yeah. Now I thought for the end I actually did write some positive affirmations relating to this for me, and I hope they will help you too if this is something that you also deal with. Maybe I'll try a little bit. I'll try pluck your insecurities first. Let's see. I've got some tweezers here. Don't know if you can hear that, but we can pluck. We can pluck. We can pluck. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Pluck. Pluck away all your insecurities and your feelings of shame and self-doubt, not being good enough. Okay. Pluck those away. Pluck. 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 And then maybe we can snip them away as well. So I'm finding one. Finding another one. Plucking away all your insecurities, and then we can fill you back up with some positive affirmations. So, it is okay for me to feel anxious and uncomfortable in social spaces. It is okay for me to feel anxious and uncomfortable in social spaces. It is okay for me to be quiet in social situations. It is okay for me to be quiet in social situations. It is also okay for me to speak up and say something awkward or not quite where I wanted the conversation to go. It is also okay for me to speak up and say something awkward or not quite where I wanted the conversation to go. I am interested in other people and the insights they may have to share with me. I am interested in other people and the insights that they may have to share with me. I am not afraid of being in public spaces alone, enjoying my own company. I am not afraid of being in public spaces alone, enjoying my own company. I deepen the connections with the people around me. I want to deepen the connections with the people around me. Around me. I ask questions even when I feel awkward. I ask questions even when I feel awkward. I notice the things I like about other people and I compliment them about it. I notice the things I like about other people and I compliment them about it. I regard my lack of skill in certain areas as things I can lightheartedly laugh at myself for, while enjoying practicing these things regardless of my skill level. I regard my lack of skill in certain areas as things I can lightheartedly laugh at myself for, while enjoying practicing these things regardless of my skill level. And it is okay for me to be exactly as I am. It is okay for me to be exactly as I am. It is okay for me to grow slowly and at my own pace. It is okay for me to grow slowly and at my own pace. There is no urgency. There is no urgency. So those are some of the things I wrote for myself. Again, focusing on accepting where I am right now and thinking about my motivations for wanting to talk to other people and to interact with them. And so I hope that you can encourage yourself as well and to challenge yourself and to grow in your own pace and time. So that's the end of my video today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in the next video.